my NYSC verification slip.
Guys, welcome back to another video. This is part 5 now of Mansion Ashawo. Even me, I don't tire myself. Anytime that you think that you understand this story, where it won't go, it takes you somewhere else. But from what she's shown us so far, everything is fake, I beg. But anyway, this is protected by copyright under US and Nigerian law. We're using fair use and fair dealing. We have the right to our opinion. Yeah, please leave your comments down below, as long as there are no insults. Let's remind ourselves, why did we call this series Mansion Ashawo? You know, I think it started from the fact that she threw the core person ashawo or losho. For me, ashawo is not just somebody who sells their peckers for money. Ashawo is when you sell yourself for material gain. It's not just about selling your peckers. You sell your integrity, your truth, just because you want to get what you want. You want to get that big life, that mansion, that fake lifestyle. Everything is just a flex. As we look this series, I want you to look at it and just realize that the person that she's calling the shower, she also is in a shower because she sold her peckers. She sold her peckers for that mansion, which eventually left her in the end. So she sold more than her peckers. Yeah, she sold her credibility, she sold her truth, she sold her integrity. So what we're going to be doing now, we're going to be doing very, very short videos now, because like I said, this story is very, very long. And we're just going to try and understand, why did she get to this place? So for almost 3 years, people have had questions about unique choices, BSc degree, and how did she get an 80 million naira mansion when she was a student, her husband was a student. Remember 3 years ago, somebody called Fred came out on Banigo's channel and was revealing things about her baby daddy and saying that that mansion was rented, it wasn't real, and she doesn't even have a degree. And you can see Unique Choice acknowledging that, saying, I bet a person will not get BSc, go fit do masters. But we have revealed, if you look at the previous videos, especially the last one that I did, part 4, take your time to look at it. It is a long video, but I'm going to try and put timestamps in there so you can follow bit by bit all of the evidence that we revealed, showing that everything she's shown us so far is a fake. We are not even saying allegedly at this point. This is based on the things when she don't show us. So it's not like we are now saying, oh yes, maybe she doesn't have this, whatever. She showed us these certificates. She showed us the paperwork. We don't analyze them. We don't talk to them fake now be. So we know she's not a graduate. Yeah, she's not. She doesn't have a diploma. She does not have a degree. We've shown that her student pass is fake. You know, get stamp, you know, get watermark. We have shown that the certificate that she showed us and the transcript is for a diploma, and even that diploma certificate when she showed us now fake. So that means even diploma she not get. We've shown you that there's no way that certificate she showed us could even be for a degree, because it would have to be on UK paper. It's not on UK paper, so it's a fake. And also her claim that she graduated in September 2020 is a fake, because we know that the 30th convocation, which is a ceremony, was in 2019. On that date, she would have got a certificate. 2020, she's saying that's when she graduated, but there was no convocation in that year, so it's not possible. So she could only have convocated in 2021. So we know it's fake. And the big issue, therefore, is that, okay, if she not get diploma, even that diploma says she couldn't do MYSC or masters, but she doesn't have a diploma, she doesn't have a diploma, she doesn't have a degree. She could not do a master's in Rome Business School. She could not do MYSC. And these are two things that she's claiming she has done now. And to make the thing even more confusing, if you look at her Facebook page that we've just discovered, you know, we all along we've been saying FTMS Global College, because that's the paperwork that she showed us. But now on one of her Facebook profiles, she's even saying that she studied at University of East London, collaborating with Fame International College, Malaysia, which is a completely different college. It's on a completely different island in Malaysia. Yeah, it's not even close to anywhere where she was staying, like in Puchong. So we don't tie for all these lies, or we don't know. You know, can somebody come and give us a straight story? I keep saying that this series is educational. The reason why we are doing the series is to educate people so that we can learn to protect ourselves, protect our families as well. So we want to understand, why is she doing all of this? Is she trying to make up for mistakes? Now, I don't know how many of you remember the video that we did on Jenny and her dad, when we were talking about was she too young to get married at 23, and the advice that her dad gave her. I feel like this is the type of advice that Unique Choice would have given her as well, and she disappointed her father, and she's now trying to make up for that big mistake that she made when she went to Malaysia and threw it all away with her older baby daddy.
My children, to make sure that my children are well educated. Yes. Before marriage, before as I have female children, before marriage, make sure that we have finished your education. Then I will be so pleased. Complete your school.
I must complete my statement. What did I see husband now?
I'm begging you to complete your. Yes, your husband should wait.
Really?
Yes, he should wait. He's waiting for something good.
So all responsible fathers want this for their girl children especially. They know what it's like now. They be small boys themselves before. They know how men will just rubbish girls up and down and throw you away. Even after 10 kids, they will just throw you away. You should always have something for yourself. Every woman knows that. Their dad would have told them that. Their mother would have told them that. So I feel like now, because of what has happened, and we will get to that later in the later parts of Mansion Ashawo, she's trying now to console her disappointed parents. I mean, unfortunately, her beautiful mother passed away in 2016 when she gave birth to her first child, and she was not a graduate.
Now, in that 2 years plus that we have been here at my dad's, that I came back, I didn't just come here and sit down to relax. I came here to continue chasing my goals. I can't just be stuck with kids. I also need to get my life going. I have been growing ever since I moved down here.
And achieving that MYSC is very critical for her. Or she wants to make up for the way that she disappointed her parents.
This my NYSC verification slip. Like, I've been growing ever since I moved down here. Ever since I came home, I have been growing, I have been chasing goals, and I have been, winning.
If you think about it, it's when she keeps saying, ever since I've come home to my dad, I have been growing and I've been winning and I've been achieving goals. There's one thing about Unique Choice that I will say. If you compare her to somebody else, and I don't want to mention that person's name, these were two girls that went to school, both around the age of 19. Unique Choice's one is that she threw the whole thing away. She got 4 beautiful children out of it. Yes. The other one, she threw her education away and blamed her parents, blamed her sister until today, blamed them for her messing up her life, and is now trying to get a degree for the first time in her 30s. Whereas Unique Choice's one is very, very different, because Unique Choice's one is, yes, she threw her education away to go and be with a man, an older man that gave her 4 kids, and then now for whatever reason is no longer in the picture. But Unique Choices one is that she has now gone back to her dad, and is talking about her dad has supported her, shows great respect for her parents. That's the difference, that even if you make a complete fuck up of the advice that your father is giving you, is not to now go and compound that by doing something else. So I just thought I would just mention that, because it's very significant. If you look at the 2 ladies on this street, and the other person I'm speaking about, I don't want to mention her name, 19, and went there, ran away with her lover, had her 2 children, ended up with nothing. At 30 now, still trying to get that degree, but still blaming her parents to today, not even going to see her dad on the sick bed. Whereas Unique Choices one is different. That one, she also did the same mistake, but she now went back home and is now trying to achieve it. The only problem with Unique Choice is that she's tried to achieve it on the back of lies, based on the things that she showed us. Nothing is true. You see how excited she is to get that MYSC? So excited. She wants to be part of the clan. She no longer wants to be seen as the black sheep of the family. I don't know how many siblings she has. I know she said her mum had about 3 sets of twins or something like that. I know she has a brother. But I think everybody more or less has graduated apart from her. And the thing that really got me, when she did her community post today, see what she talked. She said, my father is wretched yet trained almost all of his kids in university. The thing that really struck me was that word almost. I always say that when people are trying to say something, they don't realize that some of the words that they use is subconscious. They're really speaking out what actually they're thinking in their mind. Their dad almost trained all of the kids, and she was the one who's part of that almost, because she was not trained in a university by her dad, and that's what she's trying to make up for now. And that's the reason why these lies, it's more than just the fact that she's lied about having a diploma certificate. It's the fact that she's now being challenged to take that graduation away from her dad again, like the first time in 2015, 16, 17, 18, where she didn't achieve it. She couldn't show her mum and dad that she was a graduate. She disappointed them. Now she's got this second chance to do it, even though it's a lie. And now we are coming to now tell her dad again that she still does not have that thing. Do you know how significant that is for Unique Choice? Which is why she's prepared to go to any lengths to ensure that her reputation is not damaged. Not even for us, but for her dad. So if you look at this post, where she talks about trained almost always kids in the university, she was trying to shade Glory. But at the same time, in between, in that post, she revealed a lot about her psychology and her makeup. Everybody in her family is a graduate. Almost everybody in that family is a graduate that her father has trained. Only her did her father not train. So you got the brother, and then all of her sisters, they're all graduates, apart from Unique Choice. And that's why she had to go to this length. She came back from Malaysia, no diploma, no certificate. She's got 4 kids. And then her husband suddenly left her in 2023. She quickly had to go back home to her dad, which I'm saying is a good thing, because she at least she still loves and appreciates her dad, unlike the other, and and then she quickly had to now make up for this. You can imagine going back, all your siblings are doing things, they're in school, they're studying, and you are back with 4 kids. I mean, for me, I always say that, look, the kids are the blessing. Forget about graduation. There are many people out there who are successful. Do you know how many CEOs are out there that have not gone to school? So it's not about being a graduate. The way I look at it, it's almost like God was saying, okay, Unique, you don't want to do this degree, this blessing that I've given you to go and do a degree in Malaysia, no problem, I'll give you 4 picking instead. But it's like she wants to have her cake and eat it too. She's got the 4 children, but she still wants to get that graduation thing, which I get, but do it the right way. You don't have to do it by forging certificates. So this is her main problem. Now she be the only person within that family where no graduates. She's the only person in that family where no graduates for the family. And now they're paying them for body. Everybody has their graduation. They have done MYSC or they are going to do MYSC. They're all graduates. It's only her that is not a graduate. And I shouldn't laugh about this, but Unique Choice is one now, MYSC, which stands for Malaysian Youth Squandered Completely. And now be the team when they pay them for body. So now MYSC she gets. She don't get MYSC. This is what's pushing her to that shrine now. That she has worked so hard. You heard her talk about the certificates in the last video. Do you know how I suffered to pay those certificate fees? Do you know, she doesn't speak about the school law. That, do you know how much I suffered when I was studying? Do you know how many sleepless nights I had trying to pass exams? Nothing like that. What she said, do you know how I struggled to get that certificate? Yeah. So now we are now exposing that she doesn't have it, and it's pushing her to the shrine, because she cannot go to West, she cannot go to the government, she cannot go to the police, she can't go to the court.
I had to call my brother, I had to call my friend. They asked me, what do I want to do? Because this is like trying to ruin my reputation, and if I am sure that my certificate is not fake, then let's go and summon her.
And the thing that really got me is when she said, her brother said, are you sure that your certificate is not fake? He didn't even say, let's go to the shrine, because this one where they're saying that your real certificate is fake, make we go. But he said, are you sure your certificate is not fake? Like, even he is doubting that she has that certificate.
And if I am sure that my certificate is not fake, then let's go and summon her so that she can come out to prove. So the other person suggested that I should just swear JuJu for her, make she go down and nothing concern me. We traveled down and we got to the place. So they told me the procedure, the process, the amount of money I will have to bring. Okay, so what I need to bring, her full name, her picture, some other things that he mentioned.
So comment down below. Do you not think that she has gone too far? Do you think that the reason why she went to this length to try and get this certificate now because she's trying to make up for disappointing her parents? Yeah, that she's the only graduate not in that family. Do you think that when she now went back home with those 4 children, that maybe her siblings, they'll not be laughing at her now? I'm sure they love her, you understand? But she'll be feeling somehow that I'm one of the eldest and I'm not get MYSC. Everybody don't do MYSC, or they're going to do MYSC. Not only me not get, see my small younger ones, they've now gone to go and get MYSC I don't have. Do you think that's one of the reasons that pushed her to now go and do this, to bring out these fake certificates? And do you think that was right for her to go to the shrine? It was very confusing. Who sent her there? Was it her dad? Now the sister-in-law has come out to say it was her that sent her there. So we're going to look at Unique Choice in part 6. Was she actually 19? Because there's even questions around that as well. And then we're going to now start looking into the baby daddy and how she got into the hands of the baby daddy and how she managed to end up with 4 children instead of her certificate. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. It's going to be long.